What if I told you that the single most powerful man in global finance just described Pi Network perfectly without ever speaking its name? Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the man who controls over $10 trillion in assets, just went on record calling for a revolution. He calls it the tokenization of real-world assets. He says it's the internet of 1996 all over again. But there's a catch, a massive fatal flaw in his master plan. He admitted that to make this trillion-dollar vision work, the world needs one specific thing.
And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller,
that Bitcoin doesn't have, something Ethereum struggles to provide. It needs a digital identity layer to verify every single user. Guess who has the largest, most active KYC?
We all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
KYC-verified identity layer in the entire crypto world? We do. Today, I'm going to connect the dots, a speculative analysis between BlackRock's desperate need for a verified blockchain and the secret AI weapon Pi Network just deployed days ago to perfect that very system. If you thought Pi was just a mining app, you are missing the biggest transfer of wealth in history. The giants are coming, and they need us to unlock their trillions. Hello again, Pi Network pioneers. I'm your host, Nathan. Before we dive deep into our video, let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we continue, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss any Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying Pi Network to the moon along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. Now, let's dive in. We need to start with the signal that just shook the financial world. You need to understand what RWA means because it is the key to your future wealth. RWA stands for real-world assets. We are talking about taking things like real estate, gold, stocks, and bonds and putting them on the blockchain so they can be traded instantly 24/7, just like crypto. This is not some distant fantasy. This is happening right now, and the biggest players in finance are rushing to position themselves. Larry Fink has gone all in on this vision. He recently stated that every asset class will be tokenized. He compared this moment to the early internet, saying we are standing on the edge of a financial revolution that will digitize everything. Now think about what that means for just a second. Everything. Your house, your car, shares in private companies, art collections, government bonds, commercial real estate, all of it moving onto blockchain rails where it can be bought, sold, and traded with the click of a button. This isn't just talk either. BlackRock has already launched their BUIDL fund, which tokenizes money market assets on the blockchain. They are moving billions of dollars onto these rails right now as we speak. Major banks are watching. Other asset managers are scrambling to catch up. The race has officially started, and BlackRock is leading the charge into this new financial era. But here's the problem they are facing, and it is a massive one that keeps executives at BlackRock awake at night. Wall Street cannot play in the Wild West. They cannot use anonymous blockchains where anyone can create a wallet and hide their identity. They have strict laws they must follow. Regulators are watching their every move. They have to know exactly who is holding their tokens at all times, where the money came from, and where it's going. Larry Fink admitted this explicitly in multiple interviews and presentations. He said, "We must solve digital verification." He knows that without a robust global identity layer, his trillion-dollar dream cannot happen. All the technology in the world means nothing if they cannot verify who their users are. All the blockchain innovation becomes worthless if they cannot prove compliance to regulators. They're stuck in a terrible position. They have the money, more money than most countries. They have the assets, trillions of dollars worth waiting to be tokenized, but they don't have the people verified on a scalable chain. They don't have a blockchain where 50 million real humans are already confirmed, verified, and ready to participate in this new economy. This is the gap in the market, a gap worth potentially tens of trillions of dollars, and it is exactly the gap that Dr. Nicholas has been building to fill for the last 6 years, while the rest of the crypto world was focused on other things. But before we explore how Pi fits into this picture perfectly, we need to understand why the existing options have failed BlackRock so spectacularly. Let's look at the competition and why BlackRock cannot just use Ethereum or Solana or any of the other major blockchains for everything they want to do. The answer comes down to one fundamental problem. Those chains are anonymous by design. That was their original purpose. Anyone can create a wallet without providing any information. A bot can create a wallet. A scammer can create a wallet. A criminal can create a wallet. There is no verification, no identity layer, no way to know who is actually behind the transactions. For a regulated giant like BlackRock that operates under intense scrutiny from government agencies around the world, that is an absolute nightmare. They need compliance built into the system itself, not added on top as an afterthought. They have to be able to tell regulators exactly who owns what at any given moment. Now, they could try to build their own system from scratch. They certainly have the money to do it, but that takes years of development time. It requires expertise they don't have in-house. And even if they build the technology perfectly, they don't have the users. They would be starting with 0 people on their network, trying to convince millions to join a new BlackRock blockchain and go through verification processes. This is where the light bulb should turn on for every pioneer watching this video right now. Who has spent years fighting through the pain of KYC verification? Who has built a network of over 50 million verified human beings? Who has solved the exact problem that Larry Fink is desperately trying to solve? Pi Network. We are the only network on Earth that combines the speed and innovation of crypto with the regulatory compliance of a traditional bank. We are the identity layer that Larry Fink is praying exists. We are the solution to his trillion-dollar problem. And the timing of recent developments should make every pioneer pay close attention to what's happening behind the scenes. And just a few days ago, on December 5th, the Pi core team released an update that proves they are preparing for exactly this institutional level of scale. This wasn't a small announcement buried in some technical document. This was a major reveal that changes everything about how fast Pi can grow and how ready we are for massive institutional adoption. But the implications go deeper than most people realize. If you missed the news from December 5th, you need to pay attention right now, because this changes the entire game. The Pi core team officially announced a massive upgrade to the KYC system using advanced artificial intelligence. This is cutting-edge technology being deployed to solve the biggest bottleneck that Pi Network has faced.
This isn't just a small fix or a minor improvement. This AI integration has cut the queue for manual reviews by 50% overnight. Think about what that means. 50% reduction in waiting time, 50% faster processing. This is a machine designed to onboard millions of people faster than any human team ever could, no matter how large or dedicated. Why does this matter for BlackRock and institutional adoption? Because institutions need scale above everything else. They need a system that can handle not just 50 million people, but 100 million or 500 million or even a billion users. They need infrastructure that won't collapse under the weight of massive growth. They need proof that the network can expand rapidly when needed. This AI upgrade resolves validator shortages and unblocks mainnet migrations at a record pace. It is the final polish on the infrastructure that institutions will examine before making decisions about which blockchain to use. It shows that Pi Network is thinking ahead, solving problems before they become critical, and building from massive scale. And look at the numbers the core team just released alongside this AI announcement. We now have 17.5 million fully KYC-verified pioneers and 15.7 million already migrated to the mainnet. Read those numbers again and let them sink in. That is an army of verified users. That is a nation of verified economic actors ready to participate in the tokenized economy that BlackRock is trying to build. Compare that to any other blockchain. How many verified humans does Bitcoin have? They don't even track it because verification isn't part of their system. How many verified humans does Ethereum have? Same problem. Solana, Cardano, none of them have solved this problem at scale. None of them have millions of real, verified people ready to go. The core team also confirmed that validator rewards will be distributed by Q1 2026. This means the economy is being finalized, the timeline is locking in, the infrastructure is maturing, everything is moving toward full operational capability, and the timing lines up perfectly with when institutional interest in RWA tokenization is exploding. While other chains are struggling with bots and scams and fake accounts, Pi is using AI to create the cleanest, most verified user base in history. This is the digital verification solution Larry Fink was asking for. This is the answer to his trillion-dollar problem. This is what makes Pi Network uniquely positioned to capture the RWA revolution. But how exactly would an institutional partnership actually work, and what would it mean for pioneers? Now let's connect all the dots and see the complete picture of what's developing. BlackRock wants to tokenize $10 trillion worth of assets over the next decade. That's not speculation, that's their stated goal based on Larry Fink's public statements. They need a blockchain that is secure so assets are protected. They need it to be scalable so it can handle enormous transaction volumes. And they need it to be KYC compliant so regulators don't shut them down. Pi Network is currently in its controlled mainnet phase, perfecting the ecosystem before full openness. We have the users, 17.5 million verified and growing rapidly with AI acceleration. We have the compliance infrastructure built into our foundation. We have mobile accessibility reaching markets that traditional finance struggles to serve. We have exactly what BlackRock needs, and they have exactly what we need: institutional validation and massive capital inflows. If BlackRock moves even a fraction of their RWA strategy onto Pi Network, or if they use Pi's identity protocol to verify their users on tokenized assets, the demand for Pi would be absolutely astronomical. We're not talking about retail investors buying a few coins. Institutions don't buy $10 worth of cryptocurrency. They buy billions of dollars worth when they make a move. And here is where the grace period comes in, that deadline we faced earlier this year that frustrated so many people. Remember the push to get everyone verified before the cutoff? Remember how strict the core team was about KYC completion? That wasn't just to annoy users, that wasn't arbitrary, that was strategic planning to clean the supply, to burn the fake accounts, to eliminate the bots, to make sure that when the doors fully open to institutions, the only Pi in existence is held by real, verified humans. This supply cleaning is exactly what institutions love. They want to know that the asset they are buying isn't being inflated by fake accounts. They want confidence that the tokenomics are sound. They want assurance that bots aren't manipulating the market. The grace period accomplished all of this while most people didn't understand the strategic reasoning behind it. We're watching a master plan unfold in real time. Dr. Nicholas wasn't just building another cryptocurrency to compete with Bitcoin. He wasn't trying to create another speculation vehicle. He was building the compliant infrastructure for the future of global finance, the bridge between traditional finance and blockchain technology, the identity layer that makes institutional adoption possible. The restricted mainnet environment isn't a weakness, it's a feature that allows for controlled growth and institutional partnership discussions. The ecosystem that is still expanding isn't a sign of incompleteness, it's a sign of careful development. The fact that the network is not fully decentralized yet because it still depends heavily on the core team isn't a problem for institutions, it's actually an advantage because they need someone to coordinate with and negotiate with.
So what happens to the price when this institutional adoption begins? This is the question every pioneer wants answered. If BlackRock enters the game, the concept of Pi trading at low prices evaporates instantly. The entire market dynamic changes overnight. Everything we thought we knew about valuation gets thrown out the window. Institutions need liquidity for their operations. If they're moving tokenized real estate worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if they're trading government bonds worth billions, if they're settling transactions for major corporations, they need the underlying currency to have a massive market cap. You simply cannot move $1 billion of value through a network if the total value of all coins is only a few $1 million. The math doesn't work. The system breaks down. For Pi to function as the settlement layer for real-world assets, the price must be high, it must be stable, it must have enough value to handle institutional volume without wild price swings that make it unusable for serious finance. This isn't about speculation or hype, this is about basic functionality and mathematical requirements. This is where the global consensus value of $314,159 stops looking like a crazy dream and starts looking like a mathematical necessity for institutional utility. Now, I know that number sounds impossible to many people. I know skeptics will laugh at it, but consider what institutional adoption actually requires. High value allows for high transaction volume. It allows Pi to be divisible enough to handle microtransactions from individuals while being valuable enough to secure billion-dollar institutional assets on the same network. It creates the liquidity depth that professional traders and institutional investors require before they will touch an asset.
The RWA revolution is the engine that drives GCV from theory to reality. BlackRock's need for a verified blockchain is the catalyst that transforms Pi from a mining app into critical financial infrastructure. The AI upgrade that just launched is the proof that we're ready for this transformation. Everything is aligning at exactly the right moment. Think about the timeline. BlackRock announces their RWA focus, Pi deploys AI to accelerate verification. 17.5 million pioneers are already verified and ready. The controlled mainnet phase allows for institutional partnerships to be developed privately. Validator rewards are scheduled for Q1 2026, finalizing the economic model. The ecosystem is still expanding, which means there's room for institutional needs to be integrated. None of this is coincidence. This is coordinated development toward a specific goal. Pioneers, the pieces are all on the board now. Larry Fink has told the entire financial world that the future is tokenization. He told everyone that identity verification is the missing piece. He described exactly what Pi Network offers without ever mentioning Pi by name. Pi Network just deployed the AI weapon to perfect that identity system at scale. The ecosystem is expanding with purpose. The user base is verified and growing. The technology is ready for institutional demands. We are not just holding a cryptocurrency token hoping for price increases. We are holding the keys to the new financial internet that BlackRock and other institutions desperately need to build. We are positioned at the intersection of traditional finance and blockchain innovation. We solved the identity problem that stopped institutional adoption across the entire crypto industry. The giants are looking for a home for their trillions of dollars in tokenized assets, and we built the only house big enough to hold them, with the only foundation strong enough to support them, with the only verification system robust enough to satisfy them. This wasn't luck. This was 6 years of strategic planning by Dr. Nicholas and the core team. Don't let the silence fool you or make you doubt. The most important work always happens behind closed doors before public announcements. The AI is running right now, processing verifications. The partnerships are being discussed in boardrooms we'll never see. And the shift toward institutional blockchain adoption is not coming, it's already here. BlackRock didn't announce their RWA focus for fun. They announced it because they're ready to move, and they need to find the right blockchain partner. Pi Network checks every single box on their requirements list. We have the identity layer, we have the verified users, we have the scalability, we have the compliance infrastructure. We have everything they need, and they have the trillions of dollars that will validate everything we've built.
The next chapter of Pi Network isn't about mining or waiting. It's about becoming the foundation of tokenized finance. Smash the like button if you see the vision clearly now. Subscribe so you're ready when the official announcements start dropping. Drop your comments below and tell me if you understand why BlackRock needs Pi Network, whether they've admitted it publicly yet or not. We're not just early to Pi, we're early to the entire RWA revolution that will transform global finance. This is Nathan, and I'll see you in the next video.